Hi, I'm Robert Kramer of BTX Window Automation, and today we're going to be talking about setting limits on the 5060 Classic system. I have a 45 watt motor here, and we're basically going to set this up and show you how to do this. So I have a test cable here, got a switch on here, and I got a cable that plugs into the motor. We're going to go ahead and plug this into the motor. It also work with the radio receiver or anything else that you have an open, stop, and close on it. You want to make sure once you get this plugged into the motor, twist it on, we want to go ahead and lock this clip in. You'll just click this down and then give it a twist to make sure it's locked in all the way. Now we need to test it. So I'm going to go ahead and run it to the closed position. Now that's going too far. You can hear that it's going too far. And then we're going to run it open. And you can see here we definitely need this to go farther open. So we're too far in the close and not enough in the open. What you're going to do is you can take this cable off of the track and then undo the screws on this little cap right here. In this particular example, I've already unscrewed those enough, so I'm just going to pop the cap off, okay? And what we have here is we have a red and a blue knob. For BTX, blue always is your close limit, and red is always your stack limit, and we have nice labels here that we label close and stack, okay? So now that we know that the unit is not going far enough in the stack and going too far in the close, we have two different ways of actually setting up this particular limit. This butterfly clip here is very important as you're making adjustments. You always want to make sure it's in the middle so none of these knobs are pushed in, because the way we adjust limits is slide the butterfly over and push down on one of these knobs, okay? So in this case here, let's just go ahead and, since we're at the close, we're going too far at the close. So what I like to tell people to do here is as the unit is closing, in this particular case, it would be the same thing if it was opening, but since it's closing, look at which way the knobs are turning, either clockwise or counterclockwise. So in this particular case, as I'm closing it, the knobs are going clockwise. And I'm gonna go ahead and set this where I want it to be. Let's say right there is where I want the overlap master to be. And I'm gonna go ahead and slide the butterfly over, and I'm gonna push down on that close knob, okay? Now you're gonna see here we have these little discs that have cutouts in them that the piece behind it, this kill switch, is gonna rock into place. So I'm gonna turn it clockwise, the same direction it was moving as it was closing, until that drops in. Do you hear that click? And you see that kill switch back here that kind of rocks into place? Okay? Then we're gonna pull the knob up and put the butterfly back in the middle, okay? Now what we can do is we can go ahead and test the track, and you can tell I went ahead and put the switch in the closed direction. It did not move. That tells me that that limit is set. If I were to hit it in that direction and move, that means we did not get dropped in here, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and open this up, and you can see it stopped way early. In this particular case, what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave the test cable or the wall switch engaged in the direction you need to add distance to. Slide the butterfly towards the close, because we're gonna be adjusting the stack or the open. Push down on that knob, and I always like to turn that knob towards the other knob. So if it's stack, I'm gonna turn it this way. If it was the close I was adjusting, I'd turn it towards the red. And since it's already engaged, the power's on, as I turn this knob about a half turn or quarter turn, it's gonna start to move. So you're gonna be able to bump it down by giving a little turn and pulling it back. Push and back, push and back. And that's where I want it, right there. I'll put this unit back up, put the butterfly back in the middle, make sure none of them are pushed in. And now we can go ahead and test the track. Here's your close right here. And we can go ahead and open it up now. And you can see it stopped where we want it to stop. Once you've completed that, you can put your limit cap assembly back into the unit like so. Go ahead and put your screws back in, and your limits are set. If you have any questions, you can reach us at 800-422-8839 and ask for the tech support. Thank you.